Okay, so this is how I make the large version of my mini dragonfly. These are made with the 22 millimeter wings. And today, ooh, look at that sparkle. Today I'm going to be making one that's red using the 28 millimeter glass wings. So, same tools as before. I have my wire cutter. I have my needle nose pliers and my round nose pliers. We have about 6.5, 7 inches of 20 gauge wire. I have a 14 millimeter. This one is different. On this one, the head is a 12 millimeter bead. And on this larger one, I'm going to be making, it has a 14 millimeter head, a 12 millimeter start of the body, a 10 millimeter, and then of course 8, 6, 4 millimeter pieces. So let's go ahead and get started. Let me zoom in so you can see what I'm doing. Oh, I think I'm already zoomed in. Is that too far? That might be it. Okay, so I take my wire, and I already had to start this one. I had to take this one apart, so let me just kind of start where I was. So about 1.5 inches, I curl it over my round nose pliers and get kind of a good circle for my beads to slide onto. And the 14 millimeters pretty good about fitting over both wires. I don't need to tighten it too tight because as the 14 millimeter goes on, it tightens them for me. So I slide the 14 millimeter over both wires, if I can get that one to go in, and kind of just wiggle it up, twist it over them. This wire has been used. I had to take it apart to start this video, so it's kind of a bit wonky, but that's the start of the wire. Then I'm going to use my either needle nose pliers or my round nose pliers to kind of spread the wires apart and make space for my wings. So I kind of make like a square shape so that they're touching but not crunching against each other. And then I just slide them on. One side, the other side, kind of straighten them out. And then I do the same thing again, one side and then the other side. And then I'm going to use my needle nose pliers to twist these together as closely as I can without crunching the glass. It does crunch a little bit, and that's fine. But you just want them to be kind of held in place. And then I'm going to use my flush cutters, my wire cutters, to cut as close as I can to this one so that I don't want it to shoot and fire that anywhere. So I'm kind of putting my thumb over it so that I can cut it and just aim it down at the table. Or my ottoman is actually what I'm working on. And then I'm going to keep twisting so that there's tight wires for the 10 millimeter or 12 millimeter bead to slide onto. Usually it's not a problem, but just in case it gives me an issue, I have these little, I call them collars, I don't know what, spacer beads. If you can see those. Maybe. Okay. I put those in between just to make sure that there's, oh yeah, that fit on just fine. But I am going to use one because they're pretty and I like it. So they're 8 millimeter spacer beads with kind of a little diamond swirl around. All right. And then that's the 12 millimeter, and then this is the 10 millimeter. And that's what we have so far. Now I'm just going to alternate with colors. So now I'm going to do an 8 millimeter red, and then an 8 millimeter clear. And then I'll do a 6 millimeter red, and then a 6 millimeter clear. If I can get that one on there. It's tricky. Okay. We'll try the other side. There we go. It's a 6 millimeter now. Then the 6 millimeter clear. And then the 6 millimeter, then the 4 millimeter red. And then the 4 millimeter clear. Oh, that one is not wanting to go on at all. Okay, let me twist it around and see if I can find the hole. Okay, so then that's what we have. Let me see if I can, oh, it just came off. Okay, let me put it back on. Hold on, let me pause. Okay, so this is what we have for the larger dragonfly, suncatcher. So usually I like to have a little bit more beads on there, but I chose to have the collar, the diamond on there because I like that. So I'm going to close this off, and to close it off, let's see if I can do this with the camera. I grab the end and I curl it with my round nose pliers. And I'm just curling it. If you can see that. And then I'm just going to kind of pinch it off so that it pinches. And normally I would do like a little spiral or something, but this one I'm just going to pinch it off into this little shape right here, if you can see. I don't know if that's clear. But that is our red and white dragonfly. Red and crystal. And then at the very end, I use my round nose pliers and I twist. And this gives it a little bit more stability. It makes it a little bit tighter. It keeps it tighter at the head, and then it gives it a rounder shape at the top instead of that ugly like teardrop thing that was going on. It just makes it look a little bit nicer and more round. And that way it kind of just makes it look a little bit better, I think. So there you have it. That's my tutorial on the large and the small, and they're pretty much the same size almost, if you can see. Move those out of the way. And that's the tutorial. Hope you enjoyed it.